Hello and welcome back to another one of Paul's beer reviews. I have got a well, I'm not 100% sure what I've got for you tonight. It's Tuborg and it's Tuborg Gold. Tuborg, Danish brewery, owned by Carlsberg these days, and this is the Tuborg Gold. It's coming in at 5% ABV. I bought the can purely because they've got a picture of London Tower Bridge on the other side of it. I quite like that. And I picked this up in Lidl randomly. And I've done an ickle bit of research, and what I understand is it is brewed using lager malt, which would maybe explain why it's got Tower Bridge on it, because lager malt generally involves English grown grains. That is my limited knowledge on that would tell me. That's all I'm going to go on. Now, Tuborg is one of them beers, the green Tuborg, the standard lager. It's one of them lagers that was quite prominent at, from what I can understand, from what I remember, metal festivals. Particularly Download. It was always seemed to be on tap there, or you can get cans of it. Tuborg was there. It's a festival beer, as far as I'm concerned. I've not had this one before. I saw it in Lidl. I liked the branding. I liked the Tower Bridge thing. And I even thought that was quite interesting. It's got like a foil top on top of the can, which I've got to peel off. And they're really going to town on the fact that it's used 100% malt. They've got that all the way around the ring pull, which is odd. 100% malt. So, all right, we get it. 5% ABV. I guess it's just going to be a malty lager. Let's get it into a can, see what it's all about. Get it into a can, a glass as well. I'll leave it there. Wow, that's carbonated. It's carbonated, it looks thin, but that head is hanging in there, which is encouraging. It hasn't vanished, it's not a dead beer. It's actually very, very lively. There you go, that looks good. Stick my snout in. What I'm going to say, it's gold. It's gold in colour, but it's slightly darker. More of a sort of an amber. Dark gold in colour. Let's get my snout in. Do you know what? It does smell very malty, to be fair. I'm getting nothing but malt on the aroma to that. There is a sweet toffee type aroma that's coming through from all the grains that's gone into this. Toffee, wheaty aroma. It smells pleasant enough. Let's get stuck in. Cheers. Oh. Without looking at the ingredients, it says to me that there's a sweetener or something. There's some sort of artificial sweetener flavour that I'm getting from that. It's not unpleasant. It's not horrible. It just tastes a little bit artificial. I'm going to chuck the rest of that in there. Because there's not a lot. Let's have a look at the ingredients. Is there any? Bada bing. It says water, barley malt, hops, yeast, and CO2. And CO2? Which is odd in itself. Yeah, there is something slightly artificial about the flavour of this beer. Like I say, it's not totally unpleasant, but it also, for me, it just gives off a cheapness. I can't remember how much I paid for this can in Lidl now. It was around £2, I think. Maybe less than that, 150 possibly. 150, £2. It's a big can, it's a 500ml. It's light, it's well carbonated. And normally at this stage when I drink this style of beer, I would say to you, oh, there's a hoppiness coming out. There's a slight citrusy, grassy note. There's nothing in the way of hops that's adding anything to the characteristics of the flavour of this beer. This is pure malt. And I get it. Now I kind of understand why they said it. 100% malt, Tuborg Gold. Because that's probably the colour of the grains that were thrown into the mash when they first brewed this beer. Yeah, they've used, I would say, cheap grains. It was brewed very quickly. I don't think it sat in fermentation very long at all. If it done a month, I'd be amazed. But it's not horrible. It's not horrible. They've brewed a half decent lager. And that's about as nice as I can be about it, I'm afraid. That bit went down the wrong way. I think that's the first time I've done that in a video. Serves me right for slagging it off, really. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's not unpleasant, but it's boring. And when you've had a few good beers, and I've had a few good beers tonight, which you can probably tell. I've had a few good beers tonight, and I've come to drinking this one, and you kind of think it makes it stand out. When you've had really, really good beers, and you have one that's just really not good, it sticks out like a sore thumb. And there are people that in Denmark that probably drink this all the time. I'm sorry if you're Danish and you don't, and I've just offended you. But it's not good. It's not a good lager. It's cheaply made. It's just meh. And I wonder if that's the Tuborg effect, or is that the Carlsberg effect? Was Tuborg Gold once a really, really good product? Or is it a product that Carlsberg introduced to the Tuborg range? If you know, I'll be interested to know. So leave your comments below if you do know. I'm saying the word "know" a lot. But yeah, it's cheaply made. There's no, it's not, there's no two ways about it. It's a cheaply made lager. It's not good. And I don't know why I'm sitting here trying to wrap my brains and be nice, but it's just not good. But the malt is okay. The grains that have gone into it have done enough to make it a drinkable lager. But for 5%, it's quite a strong one as well, for a lager. It's not the sort of thing you want a session, really. One, it's too strong to session, and two, it's just not good enough. Yeah, I'm picking holes in it. I'm going around in circles, I feel. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 10 because it's not terrible, but it's just not very good. And you could do a hell of a lot better. Everyone can. So I don't recommend buying it. I don't recommend drinking it. I won't do it again. I won't buy it again. But I hope you've enjoyed the video. Yeah, Tuborg Gold. I got it in Lidl, so you might find it there. Or you might find it at any other bad retailers. You never know. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Give it a thumbs up. Till my next one, you take care.